Greetings everyone, in the Dr. Combat 64 channel. I'm going to be doing another revisit of a Billboard year-end, and like I did last year, I did 50 years of the Billboard year-end of 1974, so it's been already a year since that video of 74. So now I'm doing 1975 as a revisit. Early in the year I did a revisit of 65, so these songs, as of when I'm listening here now, is 100 songs here are 50 years old now. Isn't that crazy? I mean, I know it's May. I mean, we're already 5 months deep into 2025. And yeah, it's pretty crazy to really think that that's how long 1975 was. 50 years. My dad was finishing middle school. I believe he was in 8th grade. My mom was still kind of like elementary school age, So really enjoyed these type of, revisit videos. It's just for the fun of it. It's not really meant to be anything serious or, it's kind of a little bit, objective or subjective, a little bit, maybe a little subjective, But so I'm going to be listing off the 100 songs. Of course, I'll be going from 1 to 100. It said here that the year end of 75, when they revealed the year end from the Billboard, it goes from November 2nd to 74 through November the 1st of 75. And it was issued December 27th of 1975. So it goes through pretty much the songs from the end of 74 well into maybe towards the end of 75. So, yeah, so without further ado, I don't want to talk too much here, like I always do, right? I'm going to go ahead and get started here. All right, so this is the number one song of 1975. I remember buying the album at Goodwill in Myrtle Beach, actually, because I used to live in Myrtle Beach. 13 years I lived in Myrtle Beach. And I found this at a Goodwill in 2016. And it was maybe just a year before I'd moved down here in Florida. It'll be almost exactly 8 years since I've been in Florida. But this is the Captain Tennille. Of course, everyone knows this song. Love, love will keep us together. Think of me, babe, whenever. Of course, old Neil Sedaka wrote that. And, Tony Tennille actually did an homage of... because Neil Sedaka had just came back with his comeback album, so in the end of the song of Love Will Keep Us Together, she sings Sedaka is Back, which I didn't really know, but that's the number one song of 75. Number two is Glenn Campbell. Now I know this may have been maybe the downfall of his of his career a little bit, but this was a number one hit, Rhinestone Cowboy. Oh yeah. Like a rhinestone cowboy, riding on a horse in a star-spangled rodeo. I love that, don't you? Okay, number three is Elton John. This was a huge hit, of course. This was not any of his albums. This was included in some bonus. I believe this was a bonus track on Caribou and Captain Fantastic, I believe. But it's Philadelphia Freedom. Yes, I do. I love that song. It's kind of his own, got a little bit of his, he's paying a little bit of respect to like the Philly sound a little bit, it just has a Philadelphia sound. That's why he probably wrote Philadelphia, that's why he probably wrote, maybe not, because I know it's about Billie King, the tennis player, kind of a little bit of a, I guess it was a song about her, I guess. Anyways, then we get number four. Ooh, I feel like this is a song everyone kind of hates. It's Freddie Fender. Before the Next Teardrop Falls. I kind of like it. It's a little country. It's got a little bit of a Tex-Mex sound a little bit too. But I understand some people not really liking the song as much as they want to, It just, I don't know. Maybe it goes off of maybe it flies over people's head one ear out the other, I guess. Oh, I love this song. My eyes adored you. Though I never laid a hand on you, my eyes adored you. Guess who wrote this song? It's the guy who eventually later did that song, I Like Dreamin', Kenny Nolan. Kenny Nolan wrote My Eyes Adore You for Frankie Valli. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that. And so far, 5 of the songs that are in the year end were all #1 songs from that year. Okay, number 6, here's a song that wasn't #1. I believe this was like a #3 or #2 hit. Is Some Kind of Wonderful, which is a cover by Grand Funk Railroad. And once again, this was kind of like a sign of their poppy, the direction that they're going to. But I felt like that maybe started with Locomotion. Maybe that was kind of like the sign of them leading into that kind of genre, whatever, Kind of just straight pop, Number 7, Earth, Wind and Fire. I love Earth, Wind and Fire. Shining Stars came from their album That's the Way of the World. In fact, this came after the song That's the Way of the World on the album. Good song. Okay, number 8, Fame by David Bowie. He did re-release this song a little bit later on. Well, actually re-recorded it. I believe it was in 1990 or something like that. Yeah, David Bowie. This came from Young Americans, the album. Okay, number 9. Oh, God, I love this song. This is probably, if I had maybe 3 all-time favorite songs of the 70s, this probably either has to be number 3, number 2, or maybe even number 1. But it's Neil Sedaka, and of course it came from his comeback album, like I said earlier in the video. Laughter in the Rain. Oh, God, I just love that vibrato in his voice, just Neil Sedaka, the way he just breathes out the vocals here, After a while we went under a tree. It's so beautiful. I love it. And he said he took the Beach Boys, God Only Knows, and I think he took a little inspiration of Al Green, and he made Laughter in the Rain. That was kind of the origins of that song. Okay, here's number 10. Here's a group I like. I kind of like the Eagles a little bit, but sometimes I get a little annoyed by them, But I do like, this one is my favorite Eagles song, is One of These Nights. Okay, John Denver. I talk a lot of crap about him, don't I, right? Thank God I'm a country boy. Of course, that was a live song, Okay, here's number 12, the Bee Gees. Oh, the Bee Gees, they came back strong with Jive Talkin'. I always do love Jive Talkin'. Oh, yeah. Great song from the summer of that year. Okay, here's the Eagles again. Best of My Love. Yeah. No, I don't really care too much about that, Okay, Minnie Riperton. I love Minnie Riperton. She's good, but I know that this was like her only hit, and her also her. I'm trying to think. I think it was her mom was a regular on Saturday Night Live, and it's kind of a quirky song. Well, not quirky, but maybe a little. I don't know what you call it. Maybe a little. No. Little middle of the road. Loving you, it's easy 'cause you're beautiful. Yeah, I do like that song. Okay, here's Carl Douglas. Here's a song maybe a lot of people are getting sick of, and maybe they, put on their hate list of songs or whatever, is Kung Fu Fighting. It's a little novelty. I mean, it's a little passé too. Okay, 16 is the Doobie Brothers. Oh, I love the Doobie Brothers. And the album that it came from was an album that came out a year earlier, or a year prior. It was called Once Were Habits, But Now Are Vices, I believe. And it's a shot of them. It's kind of like a live shot or whatever. And there was a song on there that's called Black Water. Now, of course, the song Black Water wasn't released until a year later, and it was a big hit for them, Yeah, good song. Pat Pat, he was a good singer from the Doobie Brothers. Of course, I love that Tom Johnston stuff, you know. Okay, here's Sweet with the Ballroom Blitz. Yeah, cool stuff. Cool song. Okay, number 18, B.J. Thomas. I really love B.J. Thomas. I think the album, and I really want to maybe buy it on CD sometime in the future, is Most of All. And I did a video on here on his album, Most of All. But here's a song that's a little country. It's like a little middle of the road too, a little MR. It's, hey, won't you play another somebody done, somebody wrong song, you know. Yeah, I mean, I guess people liked it all right, but you know, it's a good song. Okay, here's 19. Now this was a cover that I discovered not that long ago. I believe it was a Jerry Butler song from the early 60s. But Tony Orlando and Dawn cover it. And it's He Don't Love You Like I Love You. Yeah. I don't know. It's okay. I don't know. Okay, here's number 20. Oh, I love Janice Ian. She was a good songwriter. She really wrote a lot of stuff about her personal, a lot of stuff about her personal, you know, stuff that she went through and she struggled with. And in fact, she had a song before this song, of course, and that was Society's Child from 1967. But this was a huge hit for her, and she performed this on Saturday. I believe it was the very first Saturday Night Live episode, and it's at 17. God, I just love the way the beautiful chords she's playing. What an excellent songwriter she was, or that she is or was. I don't know if she's still with us. Okay, but here's Average White Band, Pick Up the Pieces. This is always a good song, you know. And another one too as well. These two songs really kind of pioneered the disco era. This song and the song after, Van McCoy and the Soul City Symphony with The Hustle. Yeah, really two big songs from that year. Okay, 23, LaBelle. I like old Patti LaBelle. Lady Marmalade. That was a good song from hers. It was a number one hit for her, of course. Here's War. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Yeah, I kind of remember that song a lot on the radio, but it was also on Dazed and Confused, I remember. All right, and after that, number 25 is Major Harris. Now, I was kind of looking up a little bit about Major Harris. He was one of the members of the Delphonics, and he had passed away, I believe, pretty recently. And this was his only hit, I believe. And not a lot of people don't... I feel like not a lot of radio stations, like at least back then or whatever. I mean, this song was never maybe played on oldie stations. I don't know. This is kind of like a song that's a little bit underrated, I think. And that is Love Won't Let Me Wait. I do like it. I really like that song. Love won't let me wait. Major Harris. That's a cool name too. Major Harris. Okay, 26 is Stevie Wonder, Boogie on Reggae Woman. I'm not a really big fan of that song, but yeah, old Stevie Wonder, he was good. Okay, here's Freddie Fender again with Wasted Days and Wasted Nights. Another good song from his that I know not a lot of people probably wouldn't like, I guess, you know. Freddie Fender. Okay, 28, here's Helen Reddy. Recently I purchased her greatest hits on vinyl or whatever. And this is probably my favorite from hers, is Angie Baby, which was written, believe it or not, by Alan O'Day. Yeah, the Undercover Angel guy. Okay, 29, Fight the Power, the Isley Brothers. This is a good song. Good song right there. Here's number 30, an old one-hit wonder group. A pretty good one-hit wonder group is Zurich Mountain Daredevils, and this was their kind of big hit, Jackie Blue. Yep. Okay, 31. Here's the Ohio Players. Got some funk groups in here. Yeah, Fire. Yeah, there were so many songs that just had fire in it, you know. I guess it's easy to remember, I guess. Okay, here's Pilot. Yeah, this was their only hit, Magic, which my dad actually owns that 45. Alrighty, the Carpenters. Now, the Carpenters were really good in the early 70s, but here we go. Please, Mr. Postman. Oh God, you know, I'm not really big. I don't know. I really despise Please, Mr. Postman. Anybody who did it. I mean, even if it's like the Marvelettes or the Beatles or whatever, I don't know. I'm not really big on that. Okay, here's America with Sister Golden Hair. This was a good song, and this came from their album Hearts from '75. Did also feature another hit from theirs called Daisy Jane. I don't know. I'm not really huge on that song. Okay, 35, Elton John again, but here's a cover that's done not so well. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Yeah. Okay, and these are a couple of these songs here are actually from the early part of '75, the early part of the year. 36, here's Barry Manilow, and it's Mandy. I always love Barry Manilow, and this is probably my favorite song from his, was Mandy, which was actually going to be originally called Brandy, but then they said no, there was already a song out there called Brandy by Looking Glass, you know. Okay, here's 37, Olivia Newton-John, a great singer that passed away a couple years ago, you know. It's Have you never been mellow? Have you ever tried? Yeah, I love that song. 38, here's Barry Manilow again with a great song. Great song. Maybe my second favorite or maybe my first favorite is Could It Be Magic? He took that, whatever that piece was, a very classical piece, and he added his own, you know, Manilowisms to the song, whatever. It's just really what a fantastic piece of music. Oh yeah. Okay, we're getting halfway through here. Here's 39, Harry Chapin, or Chapman, or whatever the way you say his last name, or I believe it's Chapman. And it's Cats in the Cradle, a classic 70s song. Okay, here's number 40, Michael Martin Murphey. Yeah, old Michael Martin Murphey. Apparently I believe he converted over to another religion. That's why he added his middle name to Martin, I believe, as where I read. And originally, before this song, he had another song earlier in the '70s called, I believe it was called Geronimo's Cadillac or something like that. It's very tongue-in-cheek, like he was kind of a little bit like a noveltist or whatever. He was kind of like a novelty singer, just like Ray Stevens. And but he wrote this song with an artist that I watch his YouTuber, and he's he very much loves this composer named Larry Kanzler, and he wrote this with Michael Martin Murphey, and it's about like a horse that you know, it's kind of picturesque. You know, it's like, you know, you hear the song, and you feel like you're in the Southwest kind of, or whatever. And it's about a horse that unfortunately made a woman die or something like that, you know. But it's the song Wildfire is the song, you know. That's what I'm trying to get at here. Yeah. They call it Wildfire. Yeah, I love it. You know, it just definitely has that southwestern sound. It's a really great song. But here's a song that's not very good at all, and it's I'm Not Lisa by Jesse Coulter. Yeah, forget it. Okay, 42, Listen to What the Man Said by Wings. I really love that album, Venus and Mars. It was the follow-up to Band on the Run, of course. But great stuff. Here's 43, 10cc. Really great stuff. They have songs like Rubber Bullets, Deceptive Bends, some of those albums or whatever. This is definitely a great song right here. I'm Not in Love. Yeah, of course that was in Guardians of the Galaxy as well. Here's 44, Billy Swan. Here's kind of I feel like a song. This is definitely like a song everybody kind of really, really hates, and it's I Can Help. Yeah, I got two strong arms, let me help. Yeah, I'm kind of a little torn on that song, I think. Here's Fallen in Love by Hamilton, Joe Frank, and Reynolds. Yeah, that's that group that did, Don't Pour Your Love on Me, Baby. But they're doing, Baby, Baby, Falling in Love, I'm falling in love again. Of course, that was a number one from theirs. Okay, here's Morris Albert. Now, Morris Albert is actually Cuban, and he actually had like a very long name, but this was actually his like American name, and this was kind of his like only big hit or whatever, and it's Feelings. Ever more than feelings, trying to forget. It's a cornball song, but it's okay, Okay, 47, When Will I Be Loved? Linda Ronstadt. Man, she was so good at covering songs. She can sing like The Phone Book. It can just be so good, you know what I mean? Yeah, that was an old Everly Brothers song. Okay, 48, Chevy Van. Sammy Johns, I don't know. I guess you can see if, it's pretty novelty. Okay, 49, here's Barry White. You're the first, the last, my everything. Yeah, I love that one too. Okay, 50 is Please Mr. Please. Don't make me 17. Olivia Newton-John. Here's another one from hers. Okay, You're No Good. Oh, man, like I said, Linda Ronstadt can just sing the songbook. Like, you can just give her a song and she can just, like, make it as better, maybe perhaps, than the original version that was released back in the day. You know what I mean? Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, I guess that cover hurts so bad. Okay, here's 52. Bazooka. This is Dynamite. Yeah, love that song. Here's 53. The Blackbirds. I'm walking in rhythm, moving in sound. The Blackbirds. That's actually a cool name too. I like that. But they were a one-hit wonder, I believe. I'm going to skip a couple of these. Gladys Knight and the Pips, The Way We Were, Midnight Blue. I believe my dad, he really liked that song back then. Melissa Manchester, she was pretty big. Sugarloaf, Don't Call Us, We'll Call You, Child. Sugarloaf. Okay, Poetry Man, Phoebe Snow. I don't know if I heard that song. Ooh, I love this song. Oh, really good one. Of course, there's a one-hit wonder. Ace. How long has this been going on? It's got a little bit of a sloppy guitar solo a little bit. Oh, but I love that song. How Long by Ace. Here's 59, Express by BT Express. This was actually a theme, or I don't know if it was kind of like a bumper for the Soul Train, I believe. Okay, then actually going back to That's the Way of the World, here is the song That's the Way of the World, Earth, Wind and Fire. And of course, what's his name? Lenny Kravitz. I believe they settled in court, right, for his song. So someone tell me, maybe in the comments or whatever, if they ever settled that in court or whatever, because it sounds very much just like the same, 61, Lady by Styx. Ooh, wow, what a great song. I love that song. This actually came from their second album, Styx. Okay, here's 62. Here's a song that I'm pretty sure a lot of people were definitely on the fence on. Grand Funk Railroad with Bad Time Being in Love. I really want to admit to everyone here, I kind of like that song. Yeah, I kind of do. Not the album cover. You know, that's that album, you know, with them posing like muscle men or whatever. You know. Okay, 63, Alice Cooper. I don't know that song. I'll have to skip it. Okay, Doctor's Orders, Carol Douglas. So we had Carl Douglas, and then we now have Carol Douglas. I don't think they're not related, I don't think. Yeah, it was a little bit of a what's to come. It had a bit of a disco sound. 65, Get Down Tonight, Casey and the Sunshine Band. Oh, yeah. Okay, Paul Anka, One Man Woman, One Woman Man. So that's okay. I've heard the song before, you know. 67, You Are So Beautiful to Me. Joe Cocker. Oh, yeah. He was definitely big in the 70s. Oh, yeah. 68, Bad Company. I really like Bad Company. And this is not the Roberta Flack song. But it's Feel Like Making Love to You. I really love that song. 69, here's a cover that's done pretty well. But I know maybe a lot of people don't think it's a great cover. That's James Taylor with How Sweet It Is to Be Loved by You. I do like it, with great background vocals by, oh God, the girl with the big lips, Carly Simon. See, I'm having a brain fart here. Okay, Orleans, Dance With Me. I like that song. That's a really good song. My brother really hates that band. I don't know, he doesn't really care too much about that. Okay, 71, Cut the Cake, Average White Band. I like that song. Never Can Say Goodbye. Here's another really good cover, of course, Gloria Gaynor. Okay, we'll skip on Paul Anka. I don't know that song. And this song, too, Donnie Marie Osmond, Morning Side of the Mountain. I don't know if I heard that song. Okay, When Will I See You Again? The 3 Degrees. Oh, yeah, that was a good song. Okay, Joe Simon. I don't know that song. Skip that. I don't know this one. 77, John Denver. Okay, here's Killer Queen by Queen. I'm getting kind of sick of that song a little bit, you know, but I think it's all right. You know, it was from their album Sheer Heart Attack, which had there was a really good song on that album. I think it was Stone Cold Crazy. Yeah, I bet a lot of people remember that. Okay, we'll skip a couple. Okay, Do It Till You're Satisfied. BT Express. Now, I do remember that song on one of those GTA games. Yeah, I believe that was the first time I heard that, I believe. ELO with Can't Get It Out of My Head. I like it okay. Okay, Al Green. I love Al Green. Sha la la la, you make me happy. I love that. That's a good song. Okay, America. I like America. I do have their albums. And this came from the album Holiday, which I really, really love. And this was a pretty big hit. This is for all the lonely people. 84, Rufus. This is a good one. You Got the Love. I like the guitars. I do like it. Of course, that was her album, Rags to Rufus, I believe. Here's the Rockford File. A lot of TV themes that were pretty big on the charts. This was one of them by Mike Post, of course. Tavares, It Only Takes a Minute, Girl, to Fall in Love. Yes, fall in love. I love that song. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they also had Heaven Must Be Missing an Angel. They were good. I like Tavares. Okay, Ringo Starr. Oh, no. Oh, man, I bet a lot of people hated this song, the No No song. Okay, then we got 88. This was actually, this came out towards the kind of end of 74. But Junior's Farm by Paul McCartney and Wings. This wasn't on any of their albums, but that's a really good one. Jethro Tull. I'm not a big fan of theirs, but this was kind of big. Bungle in the Jungle. Leo Sayer, Long Tall Glasses. I remember hearing that song somewhere. Ray Stevens, here's another good cover. Misty, this was kind of a bit of a country cover that he did. Oh, I love this song. Someone Saved My Life Tonight by Elton John. My favorite album, the song that it came from was Captain Fantastic. And I love that album. It's a great, great album from his. 93, Bad Blood. Here, that's funny how Elton John and Neil Sedaka back to back here, which Elton John was actually not credited to, he wasn't credited on that song. But Bad Blood by Neil Sedaka, yep. Apparently that was his, I think overall, I believe it was his third or fourth number one. Okay, 94, The Carpenters. I like this song pretty okay. Only Yesterday. 95, I'm on Fire by the Dwight Twilley Band. I don't know if I heard that song. I don't know. Here's a cover that's not good, of course. Only You and You Alone by Ringo Starr. 97, Amazing Rhythm Aces, group from Tennessee. I don't know. This song's okay. Thirty Romance. Yeah, I don't know if I care for that. Okay, then we get the last three songs here. You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet by Bachman Turner Overdrive. Swearing to God by Frankie Valli. And 100 is Get Dancin' by Discotheques and the Sexolettes. So there you have it, 100 songs of 75. That was almost 50 years ago. So I'm hoping to post this pretty soon, hopefully here on my channel. And 31 minutes. But good stuff. There was definitely some good stuff on that year end. Definitely a lot of cover songs. I think I've noticed there's a lot of cover songs on that year end, but covers are covers, right? Okay, folks, take care. Bye-bye.